Live, Kurt Ludlow, Shauna Parsons, meteorologist Rod Hill, and Tim Becker Sports. This is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening. Shauna is off tonight. A tense standoff between police and an armed man in northeast Portland continues tonight. Inside the man's house, children. A very difficult situation for Portland police. KPTV's Chris Murphy has been on the scene for us all night. Chris, what can you tell us?
Well, Kurt, this started around 4 o'clock today. Ron Studer is the name that neighbors have given me. Police won't confirm that name right now. 4 of the 5 kids that he's been holding for the last 6 hours have been released. We have some video of that right there. This was the first group that was released about 6 o'clock tonight. And then just about an hour ago, 2 more of the children were released. We're told by police that Mr. Studer still has 1 kid with him, a boy. Now, we understand that these are his children. At least 4 of the 5 kids are his. How did this all start? Well, we're told by neighbors that his estranged wife came to the house with her new boyfriend, and that infuriated the man, and he threatened his wife. She called 911. And this is what neighbors say about Mr. Studer. They say he's a nice guy, and they're shocked that he would do something like this, and they say he would never hurt his kids.
I guess she shows up wanting to see the kids, and he didn't want her there and told her to leave, basically, and she wouldn't leave. He said, leave or I'm going to shoot you.
It's about them 5 kids is what it's about. You know, she's been gone for 2 months, and he's been taking care of them all by himself, and I think he's just probably snapped, man.
It's hard to say because, I mean, there's a lot of things going through his head right now, you know, and it's hard to say what's going through his head right now, you know, but I do know that he will never hurt those kids for a fact.
He just snapped.
Yeah, he just snapped.
Now, this is a picture of the man's estranged wife. We understand that she was the one who called 911 earlier today. You can see that they've had the CERT team out here. Hostage negotiators have been talking with the man on and off all night, and we understand that he's not saying anything specific about threatening the kids or threatening his own life at this point, Kurt. We're also told that TriMet will be out here for some of the people that have been evacuated from that apartment complex, the Fairway Apartments, and they could be out here all night. We're going to have to sit and wait and see how it's going. When it comes to traffic, we have to tell you that this area is a mess. On Gleason from 122nd all the way to 130th, Kurt, it's blocked off.
All right, KPTV's Chris Murphy. Chris, stay on it. We'll get back to you maybe later. Thanks. Search and rescue teams have been combing a remote area of St. Helens tonight, looking for a missing 73-year-old woman, the apparent victim of some kind of violent crime, according to police, who expect to find her dead. KPTV's Ryan Deal is just back from St. Helens. Ryan?
Well, Kurt, as the hours click by, things look worse and worse. 73-year-old Lorene Agnes McGilvra is not just missing, say police. They say they have enough evidence in and outside of her house to conclude foul play, even murder. In this otherwise quiet town, the talk is on this remote property and just what happened in the few hours before 73-year-old Lorene Agnes McGilvra went missing.
Certainly it scares me, yes. I don't want to have to think about things like that.
Yesterday, police say McGilvra's son arrived at the house around 4:30 and in minutes was calling 911. Police now confirm a violent entry through the home's front door, and there are blood stains both inside and outside. McGilvra's purse still in its usual place. Yesterday, police believed they'd find her nearby.
So they did an immediate search and they were unable to find any trace of her.
At first light today, several police departments and the state police had expanded their search for a woman described as friendly and charitable.
In 33, she was very quiet, very concerned about things around her. She was a very nice person, really, really nice and helpful. She helped her neighbor when she had cancer. In 40.
Edith Overstreet is one of the last known people to have seen McGilvra. The pair and another friend had lunch just hours before the disappearance.
She was very pleasant at lunch. She was talking about her trip to Florida, and she was supposed to leave Wednesday. In 39.
The Florida trip, a class reunion McGilvra had been talking about for weeks during pinochle games, and at times the conversation, says Overstreet, turned more serious. At many games, McGilvra has complained about a man she once sold property to.
They think it might be the man that she had money problems with. I don't know who he is. So that's a rumor in the town that she might have had trouble with the person she sold a part of her ranch to.
And right now, the DA says that connection is under close scrutiny.
That person has been talked to, but I'm not at liberty to discuss the contents of that conversation. I can say that we are still looking into that connection today.
Authorities say it could be 2 days or more before the entire crime scene is processed. Meanwhile, they're still calling the search for Lorraine Agnes McGilvra a missing persons case. Police tell us the woman lived alone in that house and she was very active in the community. Many people telling us that tonight. Right now, as far as the investigation goes, no one is ruled in or ruled out. There is very little police are actually saying, Kurt, simply because they don't want to jeopardize the investigation. And this kind of behavior is something we media people typically see during a murder investigation and not a missing persons investigation.
All right, Ryan Deal reporting live tonight. Ryan, thanks.
You're welcome.
Chandra Levy's parents remain secluded tonight, preparing for a memorial service for their daughter. They're hoping D.C. police classify their daughter's disappearance as a murder. Claudia Cowan has the latest from Modesto, California.
The family that led a very public and media-savvy search for Chandra remains in seclusion here in Modesto for a second day. Bob and Sue Levy opening their home only to close friends who have been arriving with food and flowers. The Levys are Jewish, and according to tradition, families in mourning grieve privately by sitting Shiva for 7 days. That may be what the Levys are doing now. Judy Smith is the family spokeswoman.
As you might imagine, it's very difficult for them. It's a struggle. They are certainly in the grieving process and just trying to take it minute by minute.
The family's ordeal isn't over. The Levys, of course, want to bury their daughter here in Modesto, but they'll have to wait until her remains are thoroughly examined. They're pushing D.C. police to officially open a murder investigation, and they're waiting for a Washington grand jury to wrap up its probe into Chandra's disappearance and into whether Gary Condit may have obstructed justice in the case. The community that voted him out of office is now sharing in the Levys' grief. A group of neighbors held an impromptu candlelight vigil last night. All over town, flags are at half-staff by order of the mayor. And memorial services have now been scheduled for this Tuesday. A very large crowd, including a number of people who never even met Chandra, are expected to attend to pay their last respects.
Gary Condit was abandoned by many Democratic allies, and when he ran for re-election in March, Condit was voted out of office. The woman who plowed into a bus full of special education kids yesterday was under the influence of cocaine. Portland police say 41-year-old Brenda Gray was speeding through a red light along Columbia when she broadsided that bus. Gray broke both her legs. She was arrested, charged with assault, reckless driving, driving under the influence, possession of cocaine, driving with a suspended license, and driving without insurance. The bus driver and 3 students suffered only minor injuries. A search and rescue attempt turns deadly on the Rogue River. A pilot and a sheriff's deputy killed when their helicopter crashed about 10 miles west of Grants Pass. They were searching for a 71-year-old woman whose car was found abandoned over the weekend at a popular raft launching spot. The helicopter apparently hit a utility line that crosses the river downstream from the OK Corral. The FAA and the Transportation Safety Board are investigating. The 2 surviving stowaways from Colombia who were taken from a ship in Portland last month are applying for asylum. Their lawyers say they will be persecuted if they're returned to Colombia. KPTV's Jim Hyde reports the first man will make a formal application and hopes to schedule a hearing next week.
In the small rudder compartment of this ship, 3 men tried to escape the violence and poverty of Colombia. When Coast Guardsmen found them April 26th in Portland Harbor, 1 man was dead, 2 others had barely survived 2 weeks of cold, wet ocean voyage.
Thanks to the Portland INS office, he received excellent medical care and very sympathetic and compassionate treatment.
He is Juan Jairo Riasco Rivas, a 20-something Colombian citizen. His attorney says Riasco Rivas is in jail somewhere in the Northwest. The other stowaway, identified as 24-year-old Omar Arenas, is also in custody, standard practice in immigration cases. Both men had been treated at Emmanuel Hospital. Arenas is recovering more slowly.
He has not yet begun his immigration court proceedings because he continues to be hospitalized due to injuries he received on the journey over.
Parts of Colombia are notorious for armed conflict among guerrillas, paramilitaries, and drug traffickers.
It was a fight between the paramilitary group taking care of this land and the guerrillas group in that part, close to Buenaventura, where is the place both these guys came from Colombia.
The Colombian journalists and immigration lawyers say conditions are especially difficult for Afro-Colombians. U.S. Immigration Service officials won't comment on individual cases until they are concluded. But lawyers for Riasco Rivas say the Portland INS has granted parole if his supporters can raise a $5,000 appearance bond.
We are in the process of preparing the asylum application. It will be presented to the court on May 29th.
The private immigration counseling service that's helping the two stowaways claims a 90% success rate among similar asylum seekers. But now the fate of the two Colombian men who entered this country here in the Columbia River will depend on an immigration court judge. In North Portland, Jim Hyde, the 10 o'clock news.
Supporters of the stowaways say they are asking the INS to waive that $5,000 bond and release Riasco Rivas pending the asylum hearing. Hundreds of local IBM employees will be looking for new jobs. The company announced some layoffs today. We're told the cuts affect about 250 people. That's about a quarter of the employees at the plant. Workers there develop computer servers. IBM says it's consolidating the work to remain competitive. The jobs will be transferred to larger plants in other states such as Texas, North Carolina, and New York. The company says severance packages are competitive and employees affected by the layoffs can apply for other openings within IBM. Coos County voters still don't know who won their local elections. That county's election clerk says a computer malfunction shut down a ballot scanning machine. The malfunction has slowed the tabulation process, and final results of local measures and races aren't expected until tomorrow. Well, last night we asked you if the election were held today, who would your choice be for governor of Oregon? Here's how you answered our 12 Talkback Online poll. 48% of you said you'd vote for Kevin Mannix. 38% said Ted Kulongoski. 6% said somebody else. And another 6% said you hadn't decided. The vote is in for home improvement guru Bob Vila. A Eugene jury sides with him. Vila faced a $250,000 lawsuit for kicking the seat of a woman during a 1997 flight from Denver to Eugene. Carol Berger sued for injuries to her back and for mental anguish. She also claimed Vila was possibly drunk on the flight. Vila testified he never kicked the woman's seat. His lawyer says the verdict speaks for itself. Coming up, the latest in electronic entertainment. We'll take you to the high-tech convention with all the toys, including video games and computers, just ahead. Also, giving your back end some TLC. There's a new invention to relieve tension in your lower extremity. Take a seat on the butt pillow a bit later. Plus, celebrating a holiday. We'll tell you where to go and not go for the Memorial Day holiday weekend next.
On the weather deck, a great night tonight. We have mostly clear skies. 65 today was the high, the low is 46. Of course, it was dry. We will start to break down not only the city of Portland's forecast for the holiday weekend, but the entire state of Oregon. Tonight, details at 10:30.
Earlier today on Good Day Oregon.
You know, everybody's getting into this hot air ballooning craze. Even mice and small animals. There's a collection of real. If you look closely, you can see a cluster of balloons there. They have a very tiny gondola for the mice.
Shirley, you can't be serious. I am serious. Don't call me Shirley.
Watch Good Day Oregon tomorrow.
Y'all ready for this?
Ready for the adventure, the value, the variety? It's Toyota's nationwide summer event featuring our versatile SUVs. Right now, get financing as low as 0% on the versatile and adventurous 4Runner. That's 0%. Or choose $1,500 customer cash back on 4Runner. The SUV that's ready to go anywhere, anytime.
Y'all ready for this?
Get the Toyota you've been wanting now. We're ready. Are you?
Start a revolution in your Colonial. The Gatsby sofa from Lazy Boy. The new look of comfort.
Right now, you can save on our reds, whites, and blues, or whatever colors match your room. During the red, white, and blue celebration, only at Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries, going on now.
When life's twists and turns have you spinning out of control.
Mom, I'm going to be late.
Turn your music down, please.
What?
Here we go again.
Where's my backpack?
Right where she left it. Of course.
Take the plunge, because life
just got better, thanks to my Oregon Hot Spring Spa.
Oregon Hot Spring Spas. Share the experience.
Everybody loves raining, where love is a full contact sport.
Weeknights on KPTV, Oregon's 12.
1, 2, 3.
The Buick Drive is alive.
1, 2, 3.
The Great American Car Company delivers the #1 selling full-size car, LeSabre. Highest model loyalty in its class. Now with an amazing $3,000 cash back. And Century, beautifully equipped with V6, remote keyless, and more. After $2,000 cash back, it's available for around $19,000. And it's a Buick. See your participating Northwest Buick dealer.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news.
A big Memorial Day weekend coming up, but camping in the higher elevations of the Mount Hood National Forest will be difficult, if not impossible. There's just too much snow. KPTV's David Wilson was up in the forest earlier today. He joins us now live with more. Dave?
Yeah, up in the Mount Hood National Forest this weekend, you will find several campgrounds that are still snowed in, but the snow is melting rapidly, and Forest Service workers are plowing roads, and so new campgrounds are opening up almost on a daily basis. Under the warm sun of the Mount Hood National Forest, ice and snow melt quickly as winter takes its last gasping breath.
We came in Tuesday, and it was snowed in enough that the kids had to snowshoe with their packs, and we had to ski in.
So just in the last 2 days, temperatures near 60 have helped to clear Forest Service roads near Trillium Lake, while access to the lake itself remains blocked under about 2 feet of snow.
A week of this, you could walk in. You could drive in.
Besides the Trillium Lake campground, access to Frog Lake, also near the summit of Highway 26, is blocked by deep snow. Forest Service rangers say the same goes for Mount Hood's Lost and Olalley Lakes. But according to the Forest Service, most campgrounds in the Clackamas and White River drainages are open.
The snow melted off so we could get in, so we opened it today.
An enthusiastic campground host at Mount Hood's Clear Lake says he has plenty of spots open for the weekend. And beneath a picturesque Mount Hood, forest rangers at Timothy Lake just recently opened 3 of their 4 main camping areas, with more planned to open by Saturday.
We're here to stay, at least till Sunday.
Bob Gallant and his son Andy look forward to a long, restful weekend in the sun.
Just fishing and hanging out, just relaxing. First weekend, hopefully it'll be like this all weekend.
You may find a closed campground that you can actually four-wheel drive into, but the Forest Service recommends you don't do that because after lots of snow in the winter, trees, dead trees, and snags and limbs could actually fall on you and you could get hurt on your car or on your tent. So they recommend you only camp in areas that are posted as open so nothing unfortunate happens to you or anybody you love.
Dave, some great pictures up there today. Geez, what a beautiful day to be up there. Now, are these campgrounds where you don't need reservations?
Some of them you do. Like at Clear Lake, there's a handful that you do need reservations, but most of them are first come, first serve. Same goes, I believe, with the Timothy Lake as well. So there are quite a few that are opening up and more opening up all the time.
Great way to spend the weekend.
Yeah.
David Wilson live tonight. Thank you. Hey, you should be aware of some lurking dangers when visiting the Oregon coast this Memorial Day weekend. The water out there is still very cold, only about 53 degrees, and at that low temperature, it doesn't take long before hypothermia sets in. You'll also want to avoid riptides and logs on the beach. Always keep an eye on the ocean. Those sneaker waves come out of nowhere, and they can be deadly. Also know when the tide is coming in and be careful on rocks and cliffs. They can be unstable after the winter erosion. Tonight, we'd like to know, are you traveling for the Memorial Day weekend? That is our 12 Talkback online poll question. Log on to our website, Oregons12.tv, and see results on tomorrow's 10 o'clock news. Folks who live in Portland's Lentz neighborhood are celebrating something the rest of us take for granted: paved streets. 16 blocks have been paved so far. More will be done over time. The streets include Southeast Boys, Inslee, 107th, Lafayette. The improvements made possible through a combination of urban renewal money and property owners who help foot the bill. Neighbors say they are thrilled. There will be no more mud, gravel, or dirt roads to travel.
Night and day, night and day. It was rutted. It was hard for the kids to go up and down the street to school, ride bikes. It was hard to take a car up and down the street. It's beautiful now.
The improvements also include new curbs, street lighting, drainage, sidewalks, and trees. Giant-sized components of new wind turbines will soon begin moving up the Columbia River toward eastern Washington. The tower-based sections are 95 feet long. Look at these things. They power generating pieces, weigh 55 tons each. Cranes transferred them from a cargo ship at the Port of Portland's Terminal 6 today and loaded them onto a barge for the 190-mile trip to the Port of Umatilla. They'll become part of the wind power generation complex near Kennewick, Washington. Port of Portland says shipping by water is much easier on the cargo and beneficial to Oregon highway traffic.
55-ton base unit going over some of Oregon's bridges, especially with the new lower weight standards. They would have to use a 3-trailer load, stop traffic on both ends, and move it right down the center lane.
3 more shipments will be made before the project is ready for on-site assembly in July. The port says much of the product of the new Vestas Wind Systems plant to be built near Terminal 6 in Rivergate will also be shipped by water. The Oregon Symphony has named its new conductor. The search committee voted unanimously to hire Carlos Kalmar, the principal conductor of a top-ranked Vienna orchestra. Kalmar was one of 3 finalists to succeed James DePriest. DePriest announced 3 weeks ago he would retire as soon as a suitable replacement was found. Orchestra members are confident Kalmar is the suitable candidate and endorsed the recommendation today.
There is a linkage between the tenure of James DePriest and the upcoming tenure of Carlos Kalmar, and that is that Jimmy always brought passion and energy to his performances, that he cared about the music so passionately, and he was always very, very interested in trying to have us, as orchestral musicians, play our best and do the music its greatest service. We find those qualities to be also invested in Maestro Kalmar.
Kalmar will take the stage as conductor in September of 2003. DePriest says he plans to remain active with the symphony as laureate music director. Some of the best track and field athletes in the world will be in Eugene Sunday for the Prefontaine Classic at Hayward Field. Among them, Olympic and world champion sprinter Marion Jones, who spent a little time at Beaverton High School today. Tim Becker's here to explain why.
Marion was a prize in a contest, to put it in a nutshell.
Really?
Yeah, got a great reception, too, in the gymnasium there. She just couldn't believe it. Beaverton High School won a contest last November when they had the biggest fan turnout at the Nike Border Clash. It's a cross-country race between Oregon and Washington high school runners. And the school's prize, well, I've said it already, a visit from Marion Jones, who got a welcome she'll never, ever forget. Jones called that one of the best receptions she has ever had walking into a room anywhere. She helped hand out awards to district track and field winners, then took on district 200-meter champ Jordan Sen in an interactive video game race. Sen went on to experience the thrill of victory over an Olympic champ, while she relived one of the best times of her life.
It's great. This is some of the best years of my life were in high school, and so just actually walking through the weight room and having that weight room smell and just going in there and seeing the excitement and enthusiasm of the kids, it really brings a lot of great memories back. And it actually makes me feel a little bit old that I've been far removed for so many years now.
Jones, who's never lost at the Prefontaine, by the way, will try to defend her perfect record when she runs the 100-meter dash. Okay, time for Hot Shots. Tonight, something a little more noteworthy than celebrity boxing. How about a record-setting performance by L.A. Dodgers' Shawn Green in Milwaukee? A second-inning home run there made it 6-1 Dodgers. Fourth inning, he goes to right field again. Home run number 2 on the day, and it is 8-1 Dodgers over the Brewers. Fifth inning goes the other way. Home run number 3 on the day for Green. That one goes to left field, and the only place left, center field, so he blasts away for his 4th home run of the game. 3 weeks to the day after Seattle's Mike Cameron did the very same thing. It's the first time ever 2 players have hit 4 home runs in one game in the same season. And by the way, his 19 total bases today does break a Major League record set in 1954.
No kidding.
Yeah, that's something only 14 players have ever done in Major League history.
A rarity.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. Hey, Rod's going to take us around the state for his holiday weekend forecast in a moment. Also, a police sting that'll leave you laughing. See how the coppers caught some really unsuspecting crooks. Just ahead. This is great. Plus, Posterior Bliss will show you a pillow custom made for your aching bottom when the 10 o'clock news returns.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I'm still in the car. 10 minutes, an hour, I've got no idea. This is ridiculous.
Can't wait to get your new Jetta? With offers like this, why would you?
Take colors and materials from the natural world. Hand weave them in patterns developed over thousands of years. And you have masterpieces, master works, master looms, the world's finest rugs, available only at Parker Furniture. The ancient art of master looms, the new wave in style. Parker Furniture, always an original.
Gamers, hold on to your consoles. E3 is underway. See the latest in video games and hardware. We'll take you to the biggest game expo in the world coming up.
The wind is out there, whispering past our faces, as if to say, I can breathe life into anything.
Renewable energy, among the power options now available from Portland General Electric. For details, call or visit us on the web.
Tonight's weather report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Northwest Chrysler dealers.
We invented the first minivan. Today, they're the best-selling, most award-winning minivans in the world. And now they're easier to get into during the National Minivan Sales Event at your Chrysler dealer. Get 7-year, 100,000-mile protection on engines and transmissions, $2,500 cash allowances, or 0% financing on select models, and make no payments for 90 days. So for great products, great protection, and great value, get to the National Minivan Sales Event today.
Tonight's Teams Making a Difference report on the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Suzuki. Visit your Suzuki dealer today or call 877-MY-SUZUKI.
In tonight's HealthCast, a new warning about hepatitis C. Researchers say it may be possible to get the infection from a toothbrush. Hepatitis is normally spread through contaminated blood products or by intravenous drug use, but a recent study examined saliva samples from 30 infected patients before and after they brushed their teeth. 40% of the toothbrushes tested positive for the virus. Scientists may know now why it's so hard to lose weight and then keep it off. They say a hormone thought to boost your appetite rises in the bloodstream after dieters lose lots of weight. The hormone is produced by stomach cells. It's thought to be nature's way of making people fatten up to increase survival during cycles of famine. But researchers say the protective mechanism can be harmful when combined with today's high-caloric eating habits. Just because you pay more for bottled water doesn't mean it's sterile. A doctor told the American Society for Microbiology today that it is a misconception that bottled water is free from microbes. He says a healthy person isn't likely to get sick from bottled water, but it's not a great idea to share bottled water after it's been opened or sitting around in warm weather for too long. With Memorial Day comes the start of summer, and that means fun in the sun. It also means sun danger. But using self-tanners means sun safe. There is a safe way to tan. The older products used to look streaky and sometimes blotchy on your skin. Well, not anymore. These new self-tanners go on more evenly, and many are tinted so you can see the spots you missed. Experts recommend applying self-tanners in horizontal rather than vertical strokes for that even blend.
Self-tanners have really evolved. You know, a lot of us have this fear of these products. We think that they're going to be these sort of fake and bake numbers that are going to turn us bright orange. And luckily, that is no longer the case. They're really sophisticated. They look very natural. They're made for a lot of different skin tones. And a lot of them are even tinted now so that you can see exactly where you've applied them, and that means less blotching.
Experts add you should choose a self-tanner meant for your skin tone. If you don't, it'll look muddy. And wear surgical gloves when you're applying this stuff. You'll get orange palms if you don't. Do you ever feel the urge to cradle your caboose? Is your derriere in dire need of some TLC? Well, the butt pillow might be just the fix for that aching backside. Lynn Martinez gets to the bottom of this story.
In this quiet corner of downtown Miami, highly scientific butt research is underway. With unprecedented security clearance, the Deco research staff was allowed inside the butt pillow complex.
Butt pillow is an ergonomic cushion that is specifically designed
to help people while they're sitting to prevent back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain.
But wait, there's more.
It also has a patented cutout area to relieve pressure off of the perianal area, which is where people develop hemorrhoids.
You heard right. This simple seating pad can help cool the burning associated with an irritated, inflamed, and distended anal area. Despite the whimsical name, the butt pillow is a serious medical device made for people who want to cradle their caboose.
Most court reporters, you know, I hate to say it, but they have hemorrhoids.
And she should know. Melanie Loomis is a former court stenographer who invented the butt pillow out of necessity.
I would put like one pillow here and one pillow here, and they kept slipping. And I was like, God, if there was just something to hold these pillows together, then I'd be fine. And then I just envisioned the butt pillow.
The butt pillow website is filled with all kinds of useful colorectal information. There's also some hot pictures of Playboy Playmate Anka. Nothing sells hemorrhoid relief like a Playmate. As a public service, Anka offered to give us a demonstration on the proper use of this product. So Anka, how does it feel?
It feels good. It's maintaining the curvature of my spine, and my posture has never been so erect.
After a cold shower, our Deco research team was ready to test the butt pillow in the real world on real, hard-working butts.
Oh, yeah, you feel the, pins. That's called the perianal area.
No buts about it. Our test subjects love the butt pillow. If your rear needs some attention, check it out for yourself. Your anal area will thank you.
Shall we show people what we get?
Yeah, there you go.
That's mine.
Works just fine.
Hope our bosses are watching. Maybe they'll get us some butt pillows.
Mine's a little thicker.
Mine's a little looser. Hey, listen,
Yeah.
Before we get to you, I have to say hi to the Hazel Dell Master Jugglers. They performed today at the Lunch Buddy Lunch at the Greater Clark County Rotary today, and they were incredible. These kids are all Hazel Dell elementary students, and they are master jugglers, and they are awesome. If you're looking for entertainment, find those kids.
So you had a good
Hi,
time.
all those kids.
Out
Had
in
a great time.
Hazeldale, God's country up there.
It's pretty close to where we
We
live.
both live there.
Hey, weather-wise, what a beautiful day.
Yeah, and the weekend, we got some clouds coming in, and we're going to start putting it together for you. Take a look at what you should know, the finer points of the weekend forecast in general. Freezing level all weekend is going to be extremely high, so not a problem there. 8,000 feet or better. In fact, tomorrow, 10,000 feet. Winds will generally be light across our state. The best chance of rain overall will be on Saturday. And right now, I think the sunniest day of the bunch will actually be on the holiday itself on Monday. Quickly, we'll show you some forecasts for Saturday at the coast. Light rain at times, and the best chance of numerous rain showers will be Newport southward, depending on clouds and rain. Temperatures 56 to 61 degrees. You're going up into the high country, cloudy skies. I think it'll be dry. Lows for campers about 40. Highs in the daytime on Saturday, 57 to 62. Across into central Oregon, a nice day, partly sunny. Might be a scattered afternoon thunder shower, too, but generally a dry day. A nice day, too, 75 degrees. According to the Gorge, mostly cloudy skies, light winds into Hood River, 70 degrees for you. Nice day. The Dow, 76. You'll get the west breezes kicking up to about 25 miles per hour. We'll talk more about the weekend and break it down further going into Sunday and Monday tomorrow night at 10 for you. Okay, take a look at today. Whoa, it's nice, huh? 65 degrees in Portland. Mid-60s down to Eugene. Then it got hot, or, well, semi-hot, 76 in Medford. Redmond had 69, the Dalles today 73 was the high temperature. Our neighbors up to the north, Kelso 63, Vancouver 64. Long Beach today had 63 degrees. Forecast check was a good one. We talked about it being partly to maybe mostly sunny, and of course that eventually came true. I said 68 and 45, and the actuals were 75 and 46. We are clear outside. In fact, it's pretty clear across the entire state of Oregon tonight. 59 is our temperature. Dew points at 45, barometers on the rise, winds to northwest at 8 miles per hour. This is not an easy forecast for the weekend. Take a look. A lot of junk out there. That's what I thought when I came to work. I said to myself, a lot of junk out there. I wonder what's going to happen to it all. Right up here, you see the little curl. This is a weakening low. It falls apart. But we'll start getting the drift of these clouds overhead in the form of mid-level clouds, 10,000 feet or so, tomorrow. I don't think they really thicken up tomorrow, so we'll hopefully have some sunshine filtering through. And then we kind of have a lot of that mid-level cloudiness again on Saturday. And I don't think it rains, but it won't be a 0% chance. Now, see these clouds back here kind of going, coming in, and then they start to dive down? This is jet stream energy. My point is there's jet stream energy way back there. No energy with any of this stuff. So it's just junky debris. It's going to come drifting overhead for the weekend. Again, you know, it's one of those cases, maybe it gets thickened up at times. We get a light rain shower, but for the most part, I think the best chance of rain will be only on the Oregon coast. North Bend tomorrow, 62, some filtered sunshine. We'll call it partly sunny to maybe increasing clouds. We could have bright sunshine first thing in the morning. Low to mid-60s, a nice day at the beach. Winds will be north to northwest at 15 knots, fairly calm seas, no advisories posted. For the valley, tomorrow you wake up, I think it's sunny, should be beautiful. Then we'll see some high clouds increase, thicker to the north, not as thick to the south. 75 in Salem tomorrow. Going to be a warm day. Very, very nice. Government camp tomorrow. David Wilson talked about the melting snow up there. 62 tomorrow. We'll melt some more of it. You saw that freezing level up to 10,000 feet tomorrow. Central Oregon, 70s, partly sunny skies. North winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Burns tomorrow, 70. Nice day. John Day, partly sunny, 76. There might be a widely scattered afternoon thunder shower tomorrow. Baker City up into LeGrand, maybe Pendleton as well. But generally dry, partly sunny. Temperatures, Baker City 68, but everybody else up into the 70s. The Dalles tomorrow, in fact, 79 for you. Winds will be fairly light in the gorge. Hood River, mid-70s as well. And Cascade Locks, 74. All right, beautiful blue sky tomorrow morning, 47. And then we'll see some increasing high clouds through the day, but I still think 73. All right, the forecast for the weekend. I really haven't changed this forecast much at all since Monday. Still going with the chance of rain very slight, so we'll go mostly cloudy. Mid-60s on Saturday and Sunday. I have changed and upgraded, if you will, Memorial Day to mostly sunny now and 71. And then the realistic chance of rain for us on Wednesday and Thursday. Again, if there is going to be some rain right now, I think it will be along the Oregon coast on Saturday.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Some call David Blaine the Houdini of the 21st century. Others call him a fake. Either way, Blaine sure knows how to turn heads. We'll show you his latest death-defying feat coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Fly somewhere in the Acura TL Type S.
Why are the vast majority of these buildings painted with Miller paint? This is the Northwest. This is our paint. Specially engineered for our unique climate, no other paint beats Miller for durability here in the Northwest. Something to keep in mind the next time you paint your own home. Miller Paint. Our paint.
Follow the white